We are now going to have a film on Justice N. Santosh Hegde, who is our next guest of honor.
Honorable Shri N. Santosh Hegde is a former Justice of the Supreme Court of India and also former Solicitor General of India. He was the Lokayukta Ombudsman for Karnataka state from 2006 to 2011. He completed his early education at St. Aloysius College, Mangalore and Madras Christian College in Chennai. Having done most of his education in Bengaluru, Mr. Hegde has completed his intermediate exam from St. Joseph's College and degree from Central College of Bangalore. He earned a law degree from Government Law College, now known as University Law College, in 1965. On completion of training, he enrolled as an advocate in January 1966 and was designated as senior advocate in May 1984. Justice Hegde was appointed as the Advocate General for the state of Karnataka in February 1984 till August 1988. He worked as Additional Solicitor General of the Union of India from 1989 to 1990 and later was reappointed as the Solicitor General of India in 1998. Justice Hegde was appointed as a Judge of Supreme Court of India in 1999 and retired in June 2005. He was conferred Honorary Doctorate of Law degree by Mangalore University in the same year. For a brief period, he also worked as Chairperson of Telecom Dispute Settlement Appellate Tribunal, New Delhi. He was appointed as Lokayukta of Karnataka State in 2006 for a term of 5 years. We are honored to welcome Justice Shri N. Santosh Hegde.
Justice Shri N. Santosh Hegde, former Justice, Supreme Court of India, former Lokayukta, Karnataka State. May I request you to say a few words?
Respected Dr. Karad, dignitaries in the dais, invitees, participants in the seminar, and my friends. I worked in many an institution, but until I came to the institution of Karnataka Lokayukta, I very often feel that till I came there, I was a frog in the well. In reality, I did not know the sufferings of the people. And in the office of Karnataka Lokayukta, I found such injustice being meted out to people of Karnataka. That too by an institution created under the Constitution of India called the government. I was thinking within myself, what could be the reason for such a degradation of values in the society? Then I came to the conclusion, there's no point blaming individuals. And in my opinion, we got to blame the society in which we live. We live in a society which respects only money and power, nothing else. Society just doesn't bother to find out how you acquired that money or how you acquired power. It's a well-known concept that money begets power, power begets money. And in the process of thinking for myself about the shortcomings in the life, I found our society today has lost all the values which our forefathers had built up to have peace and solidarity in the society. Therefore, I think the only way, mine is a very crude thinking, not thinking which by research or some such thing else. The only way to change this society and build a society which boycotts the corrupt and the bad people is to persuade the youth of this country to inculcate just two values: contentment in life and humanism. You don't have contentment in life, you get a disease called greed, which has no limitations. However much you make, you're not satisfied. You want more and more. Let me give you an example of growth of greed in this country. In the year of 1980s, there was one scam. I'm only speaking about the recent ones, called the Bofus. Country lost 64 crores of rupees in that scam. Siphoned off by few people in power. It could be executive power or it could be political power. Coming to the decade of 2010, there were two scams in this country. Commonwealth Games. Country lost 70,000 crores. Ladies and gentlemen, this figure is not mine. This figure is given by way of a report to the Government of India by a constitutional authority called CAG, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Same year, there was another scam, 2G scam. Country lost 1,76,000 crores. I'm not talking about the recent acquittal of the people, I'm only talking about the monetary loss. 2012, we had another scam called Colgate. Country lost 1,86,000 crores. Compare this figure to the annual budget of state of Karnataka, meant for 6.5 crores of people, 4 lakh government servants and their salary. For the year 2016 and 2017 is only 1,61,000 crores. How can there be development? And out of this 1,61,000, the government of Karnataka earmarked for the year 2016-2017, how much of it should really go for the targeted program? In 1986, then the Prime Minister of India, late Rajiv Gandhi, made a public statement that out of every rupee the government gives, only 15 paise reaches the beneficiary. We are in 2018. Greed has not come down. Greed has only increased. How much really will reach the poor? It's a matter to be guessed by people who are concerned. In this process of understanding the deficiency in the society, I decided, let me target the youth of this country. Try and speak to them, exchange thoughts, and try to inculcate contentment and humanism in them. When I say contentment, it doesn't mean that when you pass a degree, you just keep quiet and say, I'm content, I don't want anything. No, that's not the contentment I'm speaking of. Everybody must have an ambition to grow, ambition to become somebody big, ambition even to be rich. Legitimately earned wealth is no product of sin. Make as much as you want legitimately. Don't take it from the pocket of somebody else. That will never ever give you contentment in life. It's that contentment I'm asking the youth to inculcate and try to change the society. Humanism, we are not born human beings. As I understand, we are born to a species called Homo sapiens, which is something far away from humanism. Humanism is something we must inculcate because we are different from other species. And it's my opinion that even though we are not born as human beings, in our journey of your life, we acquire humanism, exhibit it to the society, then die as a human being. There is no better glory for the man than dying as a human being. In this process, I've been to more than 980 plus educational institutions, traveling to nook and corner of the country, expressing my crude way of telling the youth, change this society. Build a society which respects only the honest and human beings, not those who are only rich and powerful, which both they acquire by means which is unknown to law. Let me give you my experience as a Lokayukta Karnataka for 5 years in regard to greed. In 2008, a handicapped tailor came from northern part of Karnataka with his wife and a 6-month-old child. I asked him, what's the problem? Parents said, this child looks perfectly all right, sir, but this child has no rectum. It eats through the mouth, defecates through the mouth. The local doctor advised the parents to take the child to a specialty hospital where a pediatric surgeon would rectify it through surgery. They took the child to a government medical college hospital. The pediatric surgeon examines the child and says, I will do everything right, but it will cost you some money. Money was not expenses, money was bribe. The parents gave all the money they had. The doctor counts that money and says, for this money, I'll make a hole near the rib cage where the fecal matters will go out from there. And the child has to wear a bag where it could be collected. Look at this doctor. He must have prayed to God, give me education, make me a doctor, make me a pediatric surgeon. God gave all those vows. And the doctor comes and joins a government hospital, which in my opinion, at least in Karnataka, with my knowledge, is meant for the poorest of the poor. Doctor knew that this child is before him because the parents were poor. He had the capacity to give a future to that child. The greed in him didn't allow him. Lokayukta officers didn't send the child to another government hospital, but took the child to a private hospital where I used to get treated, and we begged of the doctors to do the operation. And the child is now like me and anybody else. The child today is about 9 years old, studying in 3rd standard. Ladies and gentlemen, just understand the greed of this person. It was not charity that he was doing. He was bound to have done it under the rules of discipline. But this is what greed does to people. Let me take an example of lack of humanism. A poet in Karnataka, in Kannada, has written a poem. I don't think many of you would know Kannada, but they'll translate it to English. He says, become what you want to become in life. Become what you want to become in life, but become a human being first. Whatever best thing. But where is it in education? When I was young, my parents told me the do's and don'ts of life. When I went to class, there was a subject called moral science. Today, everything has changed. The definition of the word value is information, not in reality. In reality, it is rupees, annas and pies. That is the society in which we are. Let's change this society. Let's build a society where everybody can live in peace, in contentment in life. I congratulate the MIT University for having a wonderful seminar like this, because you are the change makers, you are the mentors. You change the youth. Inculcate these two values at least and change this society. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Justice Santosh Hegde ji. Thank you very much for your thoughts.